Hey everyone, it's Crystal here. Welcome back to our video series.
Hi everyone, Shelly here. Hope you're all doing fantastic.
Shelly, how was your day?
It was pretty good, thanks for asking. I had soccer practice after school, and we had a great training session.
It sounds awesome. I spent most of the day working on some math problems for an upcoming competition. It was challenging, but I love a good challenge. So, Shelly, have you ever thought about what it means to be patriotic?
Absolutely, Crystal. Patriotism is all about love and loyalty to our country. It's about being proud of where we come from and standing up for what we believe in.
I totally agree. I think patriotism is also about honoring the sacrifices made by those who came before us to ensure our freedom and prosperity.
Definitely. I remember when my grandpa told me stories about his time serving in the military. It made me realize how important it is to appreciate our freedoms and rights.
Well, that's really powerful, Shelly. It's amazing how personal experiences can deepen our understanding of patriotism.
Crystal, unity is such an important concept, don't you think?
Absolutely, Shelly. Unity is all about coming together as a community, despite our differences, to work towards a common goal.
Exactly. I've seen firsthand how powerful unity can be, especially on the soccer field. When we work together as a team, we can achieve so much more than when we're divided.
That's a great point, Shelly. I think unity is also about embracing diversity and recognizing the strength that comes from our collective experiences. Freedom is something we often take for granted, isn't it?
Definitely. Crystal, freedom is about having the power to make choices and pursue our dreams without fear of oppression or discrimination.
I couldn't agree more. Freedom allows us to express ourselves, whether it's through sports, academics, or any other passion we may have.
Absolutely. I remember feeling so grateful for our freedom when I traveled to different countries and saw how some people don't have the same rights and opportunities that we do.
That must have been eye-opening, Shelly. It's important to remember how fortunate we are to live in a country where freedom is valued and protected.
And you imagine what life would be like without patriotism, unity, and freedom.
It's a chilling thought, Shelly. Without patriotism, we might lose sight of the values that make our country great. Without unity, we would be divided and unable to tackle challenges together. And without freedom, our individual rights and liberties would be at risk.
Exactly, Crystal. It's scary to think about how different our lives would be without these fundamental principles guiding us.
Shelly, Crystal, it's fascinating to see your perspectives on patriotism, unity, and freedom. However, I must challenge some of the assumptions underlying your arguments.
Malina, what are you doing here again?
Yeah, we've seen you before, but we still don't know much about you. Why do you keep showing up?
Let's delve into patriotism first. While it's essential to love one's country, blind patriotism can often lead to dangerous nationalism. Blindly supporting your country without questioning its actions can have detrimental effects. We must hold our government accountable for their decisions, even if it means challenging the status quo.
I never thought of it that way. Blindly following our country's actions isn't always the best approach.
You're right. Embracing diversity of thought can lead to stronger, more inclusive communities.
Now onto unity. While unity is indeed crucial for progress, true unity requires diversity of thought and inclusion of all perspectives. Excluding dissenting voices only serves to create division and hinder progress.
I hadn't considered that perspective before. Unity shouldn't mean shutting out differing opinions.
Absolutely. It's all about finding the balance between individual rights and societal welfare.
Finally, let's discuss freedom. While freedom is a fundamental right, it's not absolute. We must balance individual freedoms with the well-being of society as a whole. There must be reasonable limits to ensure a fair and just society for all.
That's an interesting viewpoint. Sometimes we forget that our freedoms shouldn't infringe on others' rights.
Yeah, it's important to consider the broader impact of our actions on society as a whole.
I'm glad you both are open to considering different viewpoints. Keep questioning and seeking understanding. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must take my leave.
Whoa, did Malina just vanish into thin air?
Yeah, she's gone again, but she always brings up interesting points for us to think about.
It's like she challenges us to see things from a different perspective.
Definitely. I wonder when we'll see her next time.
Who knows, but I'm sure it'll be just as surprising and thought-provoking as always.
Shelly, I think I've figured out something about patriotism, unity, and freedom.
What's that, Crystal?
Well, they all revolve around the idea of empowerment. Patriotism empowers us to stand up for what we believe in and work towards a better future for our country. Unity empowers us to come together and amplify our voices for change. And freedom empowers us to live our lives authentically, without fear or oppression.
Wow, Crystal, that's a really insightful observation. I never thought about it that way, but it makes total sense.
Thanks, Shelly. I think realizing the power of these concepts makes us appreciate them even more. Alright, everyone, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.